Hello, lovely. I'm Arcayla. I'm a spirit channel, an alchemist, and a shamanic healer. And every single week, I do a free weekly oracle card reading to offer you some guidance for your week ahead. So if you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure that you do so that you get a notification for the free oracle reading, as well as other healings, transmissions, and insights that I offer on this channel. So this week I am reading from the Oracle of Delphi by Susie Cherub. And I have got 3 cards here. So if you want to just feel into what number feels right for you, 1, 2, or 3, and then you can go to the timestamps in the copy below this video. Underneath the timestamps are card 1, 2, and 3, and you just click on the chosen card number and it will take you directly to your reading. If you feel to watch another card, then do so. Just feel what is right for you and leave the rest. So if you chose card number 1, this is your card. And what really strikes me about this card immediately is this sense of timing, as well as the fact that it really feels as though you are going through a lot of internal change right now. And there's a lot of energy coming into your crown chakra, your third eye. You're being really, really activated. And often activations can be experienced as a real purification. And what I mean by purification is that what will come up is a lot of the limitations or beliefs that you've held about yourself that are not in alignment with your most highest expression. And so it might be a really uncomfortable time as you are confronted with a lot of stories that you have held on a subconscious level about who you can and cannot be. However, this is a real blessing, because what's happening here is that through your discomfort of your exposure to the stories that are being presented in your mind, in your heart, you are actually dissipating them, transforming them. So as crazy as it sounds, the more you can sit with this discomfort, the more you can be present with what is occurring within you and bear witness to the stories, to the beliefs, and really feel the emotion behind them, it will actually help you move through it. And to be honest, this is something that, well, firstly, there's a few things here. This is preordained. So this experience is part of your awakening process. It's part of you stepping into a much greater understanding of who you are and your path of destiny. It is also a point at which you are able to clear a lot of generational healing and karmic energy, which means that a lot of the stories or limitations that might be coming up for you have been transmitted down through the mother line, the father line, in your ancestral lineage. And so there's a lot happening right now. However, they're telling me that you've passed through the worst, and you have actually moved into a place of feeling more able to hold space for this experience and are able to do it with greater balance. And that really has been the key here for you, understanding that you can hold space for this. You do have the capacity to bear witness to the stories, but not get sucked into them all the time. Your thoughts are not you. Your beliefs and thoughts that are coming through are based on past experiences, as well as I said, inherited beliefs. And so what you're really being invited to do here is stand in your own sovereignty, to find your sense of self that is separate from the story. So observe the story. I'm not enough, for example. This is a very common theme I'm seeing with clients at the moment. And this connects to career or relationship or money. These are 3 very prevalent areas where I am not enough. Motherhood or fatherhood, relationships, these areas are often real catalysts to bring forth the truth of how we really feel about ourselves in the context of the story that's coming up. And so if it is a story around relationship, money, whatever the story might be, if you can find yourself observing the story, this is that story again, rather than being in it. Oh my God, I'm so lost. I don't know my path, or I'm really struggling with this relationship. Is it the right thing? I would invite you to spend some time just observing, this is that story. The story of the relationship never being enough, the career never being enough. And what does this all line up with? Me not feeling I'm enough. I'm not worthy of more. And so I hope this is coming across. What I'm inviting you to do is just, instead of being in it, see it for what it is. See it for the story that it is. Hold space for it, feel it, and see if you can accept it. This is that story. I know this story well. I accept this story. I accept this belief. I accept this thought. But it is not all of me. It is a part of me, an aspect of me. When we accept something, we show it the ultimate form of love. Water is such a beautiful demonstration of this. You can throw perfume or urine in water and it accepts all of it without judgment. I often use water as an example. When I think of something that I really am struggling to accept, I'll surrender and try to absorb it as water would and just say, I accept you. I accept this part of me. Because that's really what it is. It's a part of you. It's a belief held in your being. And so you're really just accepting different parts of your shadow aspects, actually, the parts of you that you may not be fully aware of or fully aligned with. And that is really the invitation to come into greater and greater alignment with all the parts of you. So I hope that that's helpful. I have also created an energy transmission for you. And this is to really help you sit in that space and create space between you and the story, and to get into greater and greater alignment with your true nature, which is this really beautiful, effervescent soul that knows and believes in itself completely. If you want to access your energy transmission, just look at the copy below this video and you'll see a link that will take you straight to it. Have a beautiful week. It's a potent, powerful time for you, and it holds so much opportunity for expansion. So as uncomfortable as it might be, please embrace it as much as you can and be really gentle and loving with yourself, because you're going through a really powerful time. Take care, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. So if you chose card number 2, this is your card. And so what's coming through here with this card is this invitation to listen. And I feel like there's some eldership energy around you. And this might be a friend, a family member, or even someone that you work with. Or it could be your intuition. And if you have a really good relationship with your guides, them, there is an invitation to listen to some advice that is coming through for you. And to just trust it and let that advice really, really speak to you. Because, and this, as I said, it could be your own intuition, your own heart trying to convey a message to you. But there really is some guidance that is available to you. And it feels as though you may have been a little dismissive of it. And maybe distracted, and this is really an invitation to focus on it and to listen and to trust that everything else in your life is being taken care of. You're actually in this really beautiful place at the moment where there's this whole unfolding occurring that is quite seamless and that feels really gentle and loving and powerful. And you've been so focused on cultivating this experience that you haven't been able or been open to receiving this wisdom that is there for you. And what's coming through is that you do not need to cultivate this experience. It is being cultivated and curated for you. You are simply being invited to experience it. And so you can let go, because there's an element of feeling a need to be in control. And you can let go of this, and you can just trust what's happening and just allow yourself to listen. And if you're not sure about what this refers to exactly, then I invite you to just say, I'm open to receiving all the loving guidance available to me. I'm open to receiving all the loving guidance available to me. And other than that, it really is just speaking to the fact that you're really supported right now, particularly with earth energy. There's a lot of crystalline earth energy here. And what I mean by that is that as we've moved through this 4-year period so far, from 2020, that was when as a collective we started shifting our energy from a very carbon-based energy into a more crystalline frequency. And this has been completely curated and woven with the planets, because the planet itself has been shifting. And this is why we're seeing, there are many reasons, but this is partly why we've been seeing so many natural phenomena, because of this significant energy change that's occurring, largely driven by the rising of the sacred feminine energy in the planet, which is seeking to restore balance through the collective and itself. And well, one is the other. We are part of the planet. We experience the energy of the planet all the time. And we always talk about, when I'm in nature, I feel so much better. And it's only because when we're in nature, we're able to really be present with what we are feeling. And what we're feeling is completely connected to the land that we are on. And so we are called to different places on the planet because the energy of those places is calling us in, for us to experience the energy of that place, as well as for the planet to experience our energy, because the way that we receive the energy of the planet is synthesized and calibrated through our own personal lens of life experience. And so we are alchemists of the energy that is emitted from the planet, and we take that energy, we transform it within ourselves, and then we transmit it out. And so we are completely connected to and a part of this planet. And what's happening what has been happening over the last 4 years, as the planet has been transforming into this much higher frequency of existence, which is why we've seen so much turbulence, because it's been really shedding and transforming lower frequencies. And that's why there's this really prevalent and obvious presence of darker energies in our collective field right now, because it's all been brought up to the surface for us to meet, acknowledge, and transform, as well as all this really beautiful light energy, because there are so many amazing, wonderful things happening on this planet as well. They're just not reported in the same way. But if, like me, you are really focused on that part of what's happening, you will see what is changing, transforming, and what is blossoming at the same time. And so this whole process has been driven by this shift of energy from, as I said, this more carbon, lower frequency energy into this crystalline based frequency. And what's coming through in this card here is that the crystalline frequency of the land that you're currently on is having a really big impact on your current journey. It is really helping you synthesize a lot of your own lower frequencies, as well as bringing up to you from the land not only support, but aspects of itself to be transformed through you. Because as I said, we are one. It's impossible for us to be separate. We can't exist without this earth. We are completely part of the organism that we stand upon. And so this is really very present in your card this week. And the invitation for you to acknowledge this, maybe go out for a walk in nature and take the time, not with your phone or any sort of distraction, to just be really, really present with what you're feeling. Because the way the air touches your skin can be an embrace if you're present for it. And so this is an invitation for you to really connect with the land that you're on, as well as create space to receive the guidance that is wanting to come through. And now it's becoming clear to me that there could also be a lot of specific guidance wanting to come through you from the land. So just spending time out in nature is a really big call for you this week. And creating space to receive, to listen. So I allow myself to receive the loving guidance that is available to me. I hope that is helpful. I've also made an energy transmission to support you for this week. If you would like to tune in with that, you can find a link for it below this video in the copy. Enjoy, have a beautiful week, and I'll see you again next week. Take care. So if you chose card number 3, this is your card. What's coming through really clearly here is this sense that there's a feeling of being in a labyrinth at the moment. And it's like a mental labyrinth. Or if you don't already feel in it, you feel as though whatever the situation coming into your life might be, it feels a bit like, wow, there are so many options here. There are so many tunnels I could get lost in potentially. And so it just feels a little overwhelming. And it feels a bit complex and daunting, potentially. And what's coming through here is remember who you are. This is your card. But what's coming through, I want you to look at this, at you. Because you are this beautiful, I don't worry about the word on this card, it's not relevant, but what's coming through here really clearly is that you are a master. You have all the wisdom you need to navigate this and to not lose sight of that. It's so clear in this card's message. You are so capable of this. You are so much more powerful than you've given yourself credit for. You are so innately equipped with everything you need to navigate this, not even well, with ease. Like, this is actually nothing. This looks really scary, but it's nothing. For you, should be fun, actually, because you've got all the skill sets, you've got all the tools, you were born with them. And so whatever's coming in, don't get caught up in the stories of, oh my goodness, this is big. Don't do that to yourself. You're better than that. Okay? That's what this card is saying. You're so better than this. And look at the center of this maze, this amazing energy that you can see that is so powerful and so majestic. This is really you. And what this process that's coming in is really all about is about you fully and finally recognizing who you are and what you are. And the journey you're going through is about you facing all the parts of you that doubt yourself, that call yourself out. And in every single experience, there will be an invitation for you to turn around and say, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to. I accept and love this part of me. I accept and love this tender part of me, but it is not all of me, because all of me has no limits, and I can do this, and I am doing this. And the love of light shines through me, and I know how to hold that. And that's really what's coming through here, is you becoming masterful at allowing life force to move through you with ease. And the sheer magnificence of that is what this whole experience is inviting you to step into. So don't be daunted. Don't let the stories of any complexity or any size of anything pull you into a place of diminishment, because it is completely false. This is like your soul's way of saying, I'm going to give you this little obstacle course, but oh my God, you can breeze through this. So please just enjoy the journey. And that's really all you need to do. And for those of you that find that challenging, that maybe don't feel ready, I would love for you to understand that nothing in your life experience occurs to you unless you are ready, because you are the creator of your life experience. Everything in your reality is mirroring back at you what you believe about yourself right now. Everything. As much as we don't want to take responsibility for that, it is true. And so you are magnetizing to yourself every opportunity, every challenge. And so it's how you want to respond to that will create your experience of it. But there is literally nothing that you magnetize to you that you are not ready to navigate well. And I know from my own experience that sometimes that can feel absolutely crazy, because there can be so many challenging things happening all at the same time in your life that you feel like you're going to break. And you know what? That's when you need to break. And that's the gift in it, to let go. And so if this is speaking to you right now, if you feel like things are so overwhelmingly too much, then the invitation is to let go, my love, because you're not in control. You've never been in control, and you never will be in control. The idea of being in control is the biggest illusion we feed ourselves, and it's the single thing that creates the most pain in our lives. There is a force bigger than any of us that is the life force that creates this entire experience, and it is love. And it loves you. And it's helping you let go of the beliefs that are based on fear, that you need to be in control, that you need to have all the answers. And the more we can surrender to the mess of what it looks like when we don't know the answers, the more love we can let into our lives. It's messy. I know it is. I've done it and I keep doing it. And so, but it's also the most powerful and empowering and potent way to exist. Your gifts, your understanding of yourself, your role in your life, your role in your lives, so your soul's purpose becomes so clear to you. It's just the other side of fear. And trust me, we're all a work in progress. So you're in great company. But what's coming in for you right now is so doable. And it's a gift, and it's to show you what you're truly capable of. So do trust yourself, my love. And there is an energy transmission for you from me to support you at this time. And you can find it in the copy below this video. And I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.